Hey everybody, we're back with the Tuesday night stream. Yep, that's better. We're getting back to Lost Odyssey. We're pretty late, let's just get going. Let's make sure everything is good, it looks good, we are good, let's go. Alright, so we did some grinding last time. With any luck, we're ready to go and face the next boss, otherwise this could be pretty tedious. Which was the run button? This was the run button. No, I was getting ready to stream, and my stomach just started going. So that set us back like half an hour. We're all good now, though. How you doing tonight, babe? Alright, let's see. Dire corn. It's like a regular corn, but dire. I made rings for everybody, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Smack it in the face. Well, it's not that I don't feel up to it. And beyond that, I really didn't want to put off Lost Odyssey again.
What a waste of time.
Alright, so let's go and fight this boss. Oh, I'm alright. I'm doing a lot better, actually, than...
Guess we have no choice.
Recently. I mean, there was the thing, we were supposed to continue Lost Odyssey, like, over a week ago, and I just really wasn't feeling up to it. Cliffhanger I should take out in one hit. I have both Seth and Jansen. Focus on the Diacorn. Yeah, we were supposed to continue this a while back. And, you know, I wasn't really feeling up to it. I wasn't really feeling in the mood to stream. Thankfully, we replaced that with the Resident Evil 3 stream, and that went pretty well. And my mood's been building up. And, like, I was kind of like on the Let's Plays as well. Yes, I have, and we'll get to that. What is it? We actually have 4 games currently, at least partway through recording. One of them started ages ago and I need one more session to finish it. There's another one that I started that was going to start going up this week, but I replaced it with Ocarina. And we're currently doing Ocarina, and the game that's going to be coming up after Resident Evil 2, which finished today. That'll be on Thursday. But going with Ocarina of Time, though, has really done some good stuff for my mood, and Ocarina of Time and like the recent streams that have gone pretty well, I've had a good time with. We hit 30 followers. I think that was not yesterday, Sunday. We got a few new followers after the Sunday stream, which was really nice. So my mood's really gone up. I was kind of in like a really awkward place with the LPs, like, I feel like we're not really getting anywhere with them again. But starting Ocarina of Time's really improved that, and I'm enjoying Ocarina. And then there's the other LP that's going to be going up on Thursday, which is a fun game that I really enjoy playing. And then the other 2 LPs that are recording around there. I started recording one of them a while ago, and I never got to finish it because it was a Game Pass game, and then the game came off Game Pass. So I ended up recently actually just buying the game to finish the LP for that. I've not finished recording it yet, but it's like one more session will do it. And beyond that, what is it? The other game is a game I really enjoyed, but it's a very long game, so I want to take a little more time with that. So Ocarina of Time's been really good for me, and so is the other game that we're recording that's going up on Thursday. Yeah, Resident Evil, the Sunday stream, it's not just Resident Evil, the Sunday stream, we already saw this. The stream that happened on Sunday with Resident Evil 3 was our most successful stream ever. The statistics I got back after it said we had 100 unique viewers. I'm gonna kill you this time. Let's do this.
Okay.
I'm more prepared for this fight this time. That's still a lot of damage. That's still not enough damage. Okay, so I've had Kaim ready with attacks. Jansen and Seth ready with magic. The power drink up the attack really well. That's not good. That's decent. We're going to need people focusing on healing for this one. That's a set. The healing medicine just doesn't heal us enough, and the delay with magic casting is really awkward. It didn't attack there. That's weird. Give another one to Kaim and give another one to Seth. With Jansen in the back row, that could work out for us. See, that's just too much damage to take. Oh, I didn't want to, damn it. Let's cast ground there. Because 1 point of damage, not even worth it. I see what's happened here. It's going to cast a spell, and we've knocked it back into this phase. There it is. Jeez, 109 even with that. Okay, heal Jansen. And Jansen casts round. Let's go. Knock it back. Damn it.
Okay.
Damn it. This just ain't going well. Alright, keep Kaim on the attack and revive Jansen. Yeah, the Sonic movie trailer is unbelievable. The design is way better. There's not really an argument with that. But beyond that, the actual trailer itself was a lot better. The musical choice was definitely better. Whoever decided Gangsta's Paradise was a good idea for a Sonic trailer was an idiot. Okay, so that's... Is that it? It's dead? Jeez. That says to me we must have gotten really close with beating it last time.
That was close.
Oh, let's get to this save point then. Yeah, the redesign is a big improvement.
We did it.
And the actual trailer itself looks a lot more entertaining. And part of it may be that it stopped trying to be so stupid serious while also trying to undermine its own jokes.
Hurry up. I thought we were in a hurry.
It's a better paced and structured trailer with a better music choice. Alright, let's go. Save it here. Yeah, I did hear Green Hill Zone in there. It's one of the things you... If you're making a trailer for a video game, I feel like, particularly when it's something like Sonic, which has such a rich musical history, use that. Green Hill Zone is probably the best choice. It's lively, it's bouncy. You can get a lot of good vibes out of Green Hill Zone. It's like with the Castlevania animated series on Netflix. It's a great series. I wish they used more actual Castlevania music. There's one occasion in episode 7 of season 2 where they finally bring out Bloody Tears, and it's great. Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's just nostalgia. I'd say, you know, what really helps is black and white. You know, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's just nostalgia. I'd say the fact that the music matches the tone it should be going for, because it's much more lighthearted. Alright, we can take you out in a single shot. You, I'm a little more concerned about. Alright, let's go. Yeah. I think design-wise, I've never... Design-wise, I've never really noticed a major difference in 3D Sonic since Dreamcast. I'd say since Adventure 2. Adventure 1 was closer to the 2D design of Sonic. Adventure 2 was different. Alright, let's finish this. Damn it. That's not good. Okay, go on, Seth, finish it. Oh, thank God.
That was a close one.
Yeah, I think the best part about the redesign has really been, you know, I'm not likely to use magic with time, so I think the best thing about the redesign has been that it's a lot truer to the original design, but also beyond that, it just looks better. So the original design looked like a horrible CGI monstrosity, even taking out the fact that it was supposed to be Sonic. It looked horrible. Although it also probably says something that I watched both trailers for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and I've still not seen the most recent trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh yeah, the Jim Carrey as Robotnik looked like the best part of the original trailer. My only real disappointment with the new trailer that came out is that we didn't see anything of the actual Robotnik appearance. Because that was like the one thing I really liked about the original trailer. Jim Carrey going full out Robotnik looked really good. There we go.
Man, getting old real quick.
Alright, what do we got? Oh, I remember this. There we go. You know, I think I accomplished something there. I remember I think there's a trick to these things. And I forget what it is. No, they're both strong against physical attacks. So why did the second one go down faster than the first? Gotta be a trick to this.
What a waste of time.
Yeah, one thing I'll definitely say, the new trailer being a lot more light-hearted and fun. Yeah, I've not seen Detective Pikachu, and at this point I've kind of lost interest. I heard the movie itself wasn't great, but then I remember in the lead-up to the release, nobody actually had any interest in the plot or the characters. Everybody was just talking about how the Pokemon looked. So, you know. But yeah, I think making the point that the new Sonic trailer being more fun is a good thing, because there's way too much dark and edgy stuff these days. There's not enough actual fun. Especially in media. Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, I can take these out in one turn each. Go. Damn it. I think these things are different from the ones we fought on the top of the mountain. Okay, so Jansen focuses on that one. I have Seth and Kine focus on one of these. You know what, if there's one thing I hate in an RPG, it's when my characters mix. I suppose at this point I am really just kind of done with Pokemon. It's going to be a while before I really get in the mood for anything out of Pokemon again. Really? Not only did you miss twice, you were countered twice. Really? Good work, Seth. If you'd actually not missed twice, that might not have happened. Idiot. Let's finish this. A 100 really isn't enough. When a standard enemy can do 123 damage, 100 is not enough.
What a waste of time. So I was right, the immortals do come back after battles. Well, considering how much the trailer and all the shots I saw were basically Gen 1 pandering, that's kind of surprising. You know, spending more time with the battle system of this really has to be said. If there's one thing Persona 5 got right as a modern JRPG with the traditional trappings and still left on it, it's the fact that the battle system was so fast. Oh, that reminds me, I need to switch the equipment up. And then the skills, I can remove white 1 and replace it with black white. Yeah, they actually had the singer. I don't know if I mentioned it before, when I went to Video Games Live last November, they had the singer for the original Pokemon theme song, and they kicked off the encore with that. Just the Gen 1 theme song. It was great. They threw a big Pokeball balloon, a big Pokeball rubber ball out into the crowd. It was great. Yeah, I still don't get the casting choice of Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu. I like that the trailer showed off that they still had the Japanese voice actress. Again, Seth, why do I even have you in the party? I like that they kept the Japanese voice actress Pikachu to do the voice everybody else hears Pikachu do. I really wish at this point the games would just pull their thumb out of their arse and actually have proper noises for the Pokemon. From what I've seen of Sword and Shield, the noises the Pokemon have is still really crap. 4 times, Seth? This is why I decide not to heal you.
Ow!
Well, the Gen 1 theme is just one of those things. It's like the Fresh Prince theme. Everybody will... You know, I'm not even gonna use you at this point. Everybody under a certain age just knows it.
Ow!
Okay.
When an enemy can do 123 of damage, 112 isn't enough for healing. Yeah, the real trick is how many people are going to know the second verse.
And it goes for both Fresh Prince and Pokemon. Been through so much MP on healing here. It's unbelievable. It really doesn't help that Seth keeps missing. There was actually a bit of Will Smith on the Graham Norton show once. With DJ Jazzy Jeff. And they started doing the Fresh Prince theme song. And then kept going into the second verse to see how many people actually remembered that. Because I think it only actually played on the first episode of the series. There's a similar thing when the Angry Video Game Nerd was at MagFest one time with Kyle Justin. And they did the AVGN theme song, and then kept going into the second verse. And a lot, way less people joined in with that one. On the second... way less people joined in on the second verse. Aqua, huh? Okay, so what was Aqua? What did I just get? Is it magic? Yeah, it is. We just got new magic in a chest. Okay. You just know all of it. I know all of the first verse. I know bits of the second, but it's been a long time since I've gone through the full thing. And then, even then, try and remember all of the individual consoles they name at the end.
Guess we have no choice.
Okay, so I think the trick with this was to take out the rock. Let me sort this out, this is irritating me. There we go. Yeah, try to do it without taking a breath. Don't they actually take a breath in the song? Didn't want to defend. Would have loved the confirmation option there. Just deal with the pebbles. That went down there. This round. Alright, let's go. No, I did not. The only thing I've heard like that was Rick and Morty Season 4 was set for this month in the US, January in the UK, but they've moved that up now, so it comes out this month in the UK as well because of the complaints. But doesn't the Mandalorian come out in the US this month? Because if it's not coming out in Europe, what is that, like 4-5 months later? That's absurd. There's no way that won't be spoiled, and that's going to mean, what's the logical response to that? Yeah. Logical response to that is, oh hey, I'm gonna pirate it. There's not a good reason for that. Alright, let's go back to Ura, because I want to get some supplies and rest of it in. But yeah, like, that's just going to lead to people deciding to either use a VPN or pirate the damn thing. And you know Disney doesn't want either of those things. Alright. I think it's left. Yes, I do. First episode was released today, and we're not getting it for another 5 months. Yeah, no, that's stupid. People are gonna pirate it. And honestly, I'm just left thinking, thank God I don't care. Thank God I'm not in the mood for it anymore. Oh, hey, what's this? What the hell? I didn't talk to you. Oh no. I got a dream. I'm gonna be here for the next 20 minutes. Little Liar. Well, this one sounds like it's going to be less sad than the others. They want it to be a launch title. Then why hold it? Why hold the launch back? Everyone in the marketplace hates the little girl. Not yet 10 years old and far from having outgrown the sweet innocence of childhood, she earns only open contempt from the grown-ups who have shops in the market. The reason is simple. She lies about everything. Hey, mister. I just saw a burglar go into your house. Look, lady, everything just fell off your shelves. Hey, everybody, did you hear what the traveller said? Bandits are planning to attack this market. Even the most harmless white lies can be annoying if repeated often enough, and the shopkeepers have found themselves growing angry. None of those are harmless white lies. You better watch out for her too, the Lady Greengrocer warns Kime. Nobody here falls for her lies anymore, so she's always on the lookout for newcomers or strangers. Somebody like you would be a perfect target for her. She could be right. Kime is new to the town. He arrived a few days ago and has just started working in the marketplace today. What do her parents do? Kime asks while unloading a cart full of vegetables. The woman frowns and shakes her head with a sigh. She doesn't have any. They died? The mother did at least. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. She was a healthy young woman who never so much as caught a cold in her life, and then one day she collapsed. That was it for her. How about the father? She sighs more deeply than before and says, he left to find a job in the city. The parents used to operate a variety store in the market, though the mother almost single-handedly took care of the actual buying and selling of many goods they sold. As soon as she died, the shop's fortunes took a plunge, until it was eventually taken over by someone else. The father went off to the distant capital in search of a good-paying job that would enable him to cover their debts. He promised to come back in 6 months, but he's been gone for a whole year now. Letters used to arrive from him on occasion. Care of his friend the tailor, but those two gave out about 6 months ago. I guess you could say it's sad for such a little girl to be waiting around for her father to come home, but still. The little girl now sleeps in a corner of the communal storehouse run by the people of the marketplace. We all used to talk about taking care of her, to be stand-in parents until her father comes back. This is no surprise to Kime. He knows from his own experience that all the people who work in the marketplace, not just this plump, kindly woman, are good-hearted and generous despite their limited means. Otherwise, they never would have hired a stranger like himself. But long before that first 6 months went by, we were all heartily sick of her. She was a sweet, simple girl while her mother was alive, but this experience has left her kind of twisted. All her sweetness is gone. Of course, we all feel sorry for her, and we all take our turns feeding her, dressing her in hand-me-downs. But the way she keeps telling lies to all the grown-ups, nobody really cares about her anymore. Why can't she see that? She must be lonely, don't you think? With a pained smile, the woman shrugs and says, "That's enough gabbing for one day. Work, work." And she goes back inside the shop. Chaim is sorting the vegetables. He's unloaded in front of the shop when he hears a little voice behind him. "Hi, mister. You new here?" It's the girl. "Uh-huh. You're not from the town, are you?" "No, I'm not." "Are you living upstairs while you work here?" "For a while, at least. That's what I'm hoping to do. I'll tell you a secret, okay?" It's starting already. "Okay," Chaim says without pausing in his work. "There's a ghost in this marketplace. The people here don't tell anybody about it because it's bad for business, but it's really here. I see it all the time." "Really?" Chaim responds with feigned surprise. He decides to play along with her rather than scold her for lying. In this endlessly long life of his, he's encountered any number of children who have lost their parents or been abandoned by them. The sadness and loneliness of children who have been cast into the wide world alone are exactly what Chaim feels himself as he continues to wander through the infinite flow of time. What kind of ghost? A woman, and I know who she is. It's the ghost of a mother who lost her child, she says. Her little girl, her only child, died in an epidemic. Overcome with grief, the mother chose to die, and now her ghost appears in the market every night, searching for her daughter. The poor mother, she killed herself so she could be with her daughter, but she can't find her in the other world either. So she keeps looking for her here, and calling out, "Where are you? Hurry and come with Mummy to the other world." The little girl tells her story with deadly serious. "Don't you think it's sad?" she asks Chaim. She actually has tears in her eyes, which is precisely why Chaim knows she's lying. Even if he had not been warned by the woman, he would know this is a lie based on what she told him about the girl's background. Chaim carefully arranges bunches of well-ripened grapes in a display case and asks the girl, "Why do you think the mother can't find her daughter?" "What?" the girl asks with a dazed stare. "Well," he explains, "the girl is not in the other world and she's not wandering around in this world. So where is she?" Chaim does not mean this to be a cross-examination. He simply feels that someone who lies out of sorrow can have a far easier time of it by recognising the life for what it is. The loneliness of a girl who has lost her mother and being abandoned by her father consists not in telling one lie, but in having to keep on lying. Now that you mention it, that's a good point, the girl says, smiling calmly. Really, where did the girl go? Chaim momentarily considers pointing the girl as if to say, "Right here." But before he can do so, she continues, "This is the first time anybody ever asked me that. You're kind of different. I wonder..." "No, you are. You're different," the girl insists. "I think we can be friends." Her smile deepens. Chaim smiles back at her, saying nothing. Just then, they hear the lady greengrocer coming from the back of the shop, and the girl dashes away. Just before she disappears around a corner into the alleyway, the girl gives Chaim a little wave as if to say, "See you soon." For the first time, the face of the girl with the all too grown-up speaking style shows a hint of childishness befitting her years. The girl begins coming to see Chaim at the shop several times a day when the lady grocer is not around. She tells him one lie after another. "I baked cookies with my mother last night. I wanted to give you some, but they were so good I ate them all. Bandits kidnapped me when I was a little baby, but my father came to save me and beat up all the bandits so I didn't get killed. My house? It's a big white one at the foot of the mountain. You're new here, so you probably don't know it. It's the biggest house in town. You don't have a family? You're all alone? Poor Chaim, I wish I could share some of my happiness with you." All her lies are born of sorrow. Sad, lonely lies. She can never tell to the marketplace people who know her background. At the end of every chat with Chaim as she's leaving, the girl holds her finger to her lips and says, "This is just our little secret. Don't tell the lady grocer." Of course, Chaim says nothing to everyone. If he happens to find himself in a situation where the market people are speaking ill of the girl, he quietly slips away. Lies and disparagements are funny things. They don't take shape because someone tells them, but rather because someone listens to and voices agreement with them. A truly isolated individual can never speak ill of anyone. The same can be said regarding lies. Because she has someone to tell her lies to, the girl need not fall into the abyss of true isolation. To protect her small, sad share of happiness, Kain plays the role of listener, raising no objections. One day when the girl comes to see Kain, she takes special care not to be noticed by the lady grocer, or by the owners of the neighbouring shops. Tell me, mister, you plan to stay here a long time? No, I'm not, Kain says, continuing to unload vegetables and fruit. You'll be leaving when you save up enough money? Probably, but you don't have enough yet. I'm getting there, he says, turning a strange smile on the girl. This is a white lie of his own. He already has enough money to support himself on the road. Nor is he taking his current living job because he needs money so badly. He is here because he has not found a destination he wants to travel to. A journey without a destination is an endless journey. Wise men say that you need dreams and goals in life, but dreams to accomplish and goals to realise shine as guideposts in life precisely because life is finite. So then what should be the dreams and goals of one who has been burdened with a life that has no end? Kain's is not a journey to be hurried, nor is it one that can be hurried. Perhaps drifting day after day with no destination cannot even be called a journey. If I were you, says the girl, I'd get out of this marketplace as soon as I had saved up enough for 2 or 3 days of travelling. Kain responds to her with a silent, pained smile. What would be the look on the girl's face if Kain were to tell her, I'm staying here for you? I'm finding the meaning of my life for now in providing you with a listener for your lies. The moment these words come to mind, words he could never actually speak to her, the girl looks around furtively and says in a near whisper, if you want to get out of here soon, I know a good way you can do it. A good way? Sneak into the tailor's and steal his money. There's a little pot in the cabinet at the back of the shop. It's full of money. Are you telling me to steal it? Yes. She looks straight at Kain without the slightest show of doubt in her eyes. In all seriousness, she goes on to explain, the tailor deserves to have his place robbed. The money in the pot, she says, is tainted. I know this girl, a good friend of mine, she says, and it's so sad about her. Her mother died and her father went off to work in the capital, and she's all alone. Her father was supposed to come home and get her after 6 months, but she hasn't heard a thing from him. Yet another lie born of sorrow. Kain calmly asks, is there some connection between your friend and the tailor? Of course, she says. A close connection. What's really happening is the father was sending her money every month the way he was supposed to help make her life in the town a little easier, and he kept writing to her. He wanted to tell her he found a good job in the city so she should come live with him right away. He's too busy to come for her, so she should come to him. And he sent her money from the trip, but none of the letters or the money ever reached the girl. And why do you think that is? Before Kain can answer, the girl says, the mistake he made was to send the letters and money care of the tailor. He's been keeping the money for himself. Kain looks away from the girl. In order to prop up one sad lie, the girl has piled on a still sadder one. A lie that can hurt another person. This is the saddest thing of all. The lock on the tailor's back door would be really easy to break, the girl adds, and she gallops away without waiting for Kain's reply. The girl comes running into the grocery store the next morning, shouting for the owner. She says directly to the woman, not to Kain. Burglars broke into the tailor's shop last night. She says she saw a number of burglars sneaking in late at night and after the marketplace emptied out. My oh my, says the woman with a forced smile. That must have been just terrible. She's obviously not taking the girl seriously. But it's true though, I really saw them. Look, little girl, I have had just about all I can take from you. You're such a little liar, it scares me to death to think about you growing up to be a burglar or a con artist or something, and busy trying to open up my shop now. Do you mind? Try it on someone else. She's hardly through speaking when someone outside shouts, "Help! Somebody come!" The tailor is standing in the street, looking horrified and screaming at the top of his lungs. "But burglars! They took all my money!" The little girl slips away as the tailor comes in. The marketplace is in an uproar. The girl was not lying, that much is certain, but all too accustomed to her lies. People now suggest the possibility of another kind of lie. Maybe she did it. What do you think? And so it begins. I think you may be right. Talk about play acting. I wouldn't put it past her. Let's go find her. We'll make her tell, even if we have to get a little rough with her. No one objects to the suggestion. Some run off to the storehouse, and others start searching the marketplace. Can't find her anywhere. The storehouse is empty. She ran away with the money. As the searchers return with their reports and speculation, Kime finally understands everything. After all her sad lies, the girl has left behind one final truth. She couldn't have gotten very far. Yeah, we can still catch her. What thief? Wait till I get my hands on her. The men range and the women fan the flames. Good, give her what she deserves. We were so nice to her, and now look how she treats us. We can't let her get away with it. A dozen men start to run after her, but Kime stands tall on the road, blocking their way. Hey, move it. The men are out for blood, but Kime knows if he felt like it, he could knock them all down and they wouldn't be able to lay a finger on him. Instead, he relaxes his powerful stance and throws a leather coin pouch on the ground in front of the men. The stolen money is in there, he says. What? Sorry, I stole it. A confused stir quickly turns into angry shouts. Kime raises his hands to show he will not resist. Do what you like with me. I'm ready. The Lady Grocer breaks through the wall of men shouting at him. How could you do this, Kime? I wanted the money, that's all. And you're not saying this to protect the girl? Forcing a smile, Kime turns to the tailor and says it was the pot in the cabinet, right? The man nods energetically. It's true, he must have done it. I had the money in a pot. He's the thief. The money wasn't the only thing in the pot though, was it? What are you saying? You had some letters in there too. Letters from the girl's father. That's a lie, don't be crazy. It's true though. No, there couldn't have been any letters. I threw them all. The tailor claps his hand over his mouth. But it's too late. The Lady Grocer stares at him. What's this all about, she demands. No. I mean, you'd better tell us everything. The people's angry glances turn from Kime to the tailor. Some days later, 2 letters arrive from the girl addressed to the Lady Grocer, the lady at the grocery store, and the nice man upstairs. Kime's letter says the girl managed to find her father in the capital. He has no way of knowing if this is true or not. It is hard to imagine a little girl finding her father in the big city so easily without knowing his address or workplace. Still, he decides to believe it. When the little girl's letter says, I am happy now. Human beings are the only animals that lie. Lies to deceive people, lies to benefit oneself, and lies to protect one's own heart from the threat of crushing loneliness and sorrow. If there are no lies in this world, much strife and misunderstanding would surely disappear. On the other hand, perhaps it is because this world is a mixture of truth and lies that people have learned how to believe. When he is through reading his letter, Kime turns to the woman. Concentrating on her long letter, she shyly raises her head when she senses Kime looking at her. I give up, she declares. Listen to this. I'm so grateful to you and the others in the marketplace for all you have done for me. I'll never forget you as long as I live. I'll lie to the bitter end, that girl, she says, smiling through her tears. Alright, no, that was after items. This way. I've heard about Cobra Kai. I've not actually seen it. YouTube Red. I've never heard of really anything justifying actually getting YouTube Red. There is the DC streaming service, DC Universe, is exclusive to the US, which is kind of problematic because there is some stuff on there worth watching. The first season of Titans was exclusive to that. The second season is also, but the first season is the one I want to mention because it's exclusive to DC Universe, but DC Universe is US only. So Netflix ended up getting the rights to the series for the UK, and that's how I watched it, and it was a lot better than I expected it to be. Okay, this was the end. I could really do with a full heal. I've never actually watched the Karate Kid movies. But yeah, Titans ended up on the UK Netflix. The trailer for it was terrible, but the series itself was actually really good. And I'm really interested in the second season. I hope that comes to Netflix for us soon. Is this the shop we're after? There is the issue, though, that Young Justice Season 3, the thing I was really interested in off the DC Universe streaming service, still hasn't been released in any way in the West. Not in the West, in the UK. Which is irritating, because I want to see Young Justice Season 3. I really enjoyed Young Justice. 14. Okay. Alright, that's all good. Yeah, because, like, it's like we talk about stuff like the Batman animated series is fantastic, although really the conversation around the Batman animated series being fantastic needs to be extended to the DC animated universe is fantastic. And there's been good shows since then. The Batman cartoon was pretty decent. I think it was like 2003 or something. Batman the Brave and the Bold is great. It really deserves a watch. Especially as a light-hearted Batman cartoon that's different from the animated series and stuff. It's a lot of fun and showcases a lot of other DC characters as well. Brave and the Bold is specifically a DC team-up thing. It's just that Batman Brave and the Bold is Batman teams up with other characters. Yes. Oh, that's fair enough. I can see the appeal of something like that. But Young Justice comes along, and Young Justice is probably the first DC series that I think really competes with the DC Animated Universe on the same level. So I wouldn't compare the Batman cartoon with the Batman animated series because of how it takes a different style and tone. I enjoy it for what it is. I definitely wouldn't compare Brave and the Bold with the animated series because Brave and the Bold is its own thing, but Young Justice is a similar kind of idea, a more mature take on the DC universe without being dark and edgy, like basically everything DC tries to do these days. It can have fun, but it's really good. And Season 1 was great, Season 2 was great, and Cartoon Network cancelled it. Cartoon Network had 4 DC animated series. They had Beware the Batman, and they dropped that after 1 season. And how badly do you have to mess up to, like, fail with a Batman series? They had the Green Lantern animated series, which I've heard is really good, and they cancelled that after 1 season. They had Young Justice, which they cancelled after 2. And they had Teen Titans Go, which they ignored everything else for, and constantly just pushed out Teen Titans Go.
No one's contacted you. We're investigators sent by the council. I'm Seth. He's Kime. You can just ignore the other one.
Hey.
Oh, our communications have been jammed.
Now, finally, it's like DC's like, you know, we're gonna do Young Justice Season 3. It ain't going through Cartoon Network, it's gonna be on our streaming service. And from what I've heard, great. Especially since Season 2 ended with a tease of Darkseid, and Darkseid is my favourite DC villain.
Oh, Meteor, what are you talking about? We tried our best. We've evacuated this site, but we did everything possible to get a control valve in place to stop the flow. 3 days ago, the runoff was unbelievable.
Well, that's not good, is it?
And that's when that happened.
3 days ago was when the meteor fell. Yeah, Young Justice Season 3 is like, we're bringing it back. We're continuing it. And it ain't going to be on Cartoon Network, it's going to be all us. It's like, great, and I've heard Season 3 is really good, and it's not available in the UK. They haven't put any way of watching it in the UK. It's still exclusive to DC streaming service, which isn't available over here. Which is really irritating. So, is the leak of magic energy going to turn out to be like the mist in Final Fantasy IX? Okay. What was this? Pip-Hop. Does that get me something? Thought they handled magic energy with caution. Yeah. It's nice to see something you enjoyed growing up come back in a good way. The unfortunate thing, really, is I don't really know of... Yeah, sure, I'm gonna... get in there. Don't mind me. Yeah, I don't really have anything like that. Get out of the way, get out of the way. I mean, I didn't really watch the Batman animated series growing up. I had some of the episodes on VHS. What did I have? The two-parter that introduces Batgirl I had. Was there anything else I had? I had a VHS of Batman Beyond that had 4 episodes on it. Shriek, the Bane, the one with the Venom slappers on it, which has Bane in it. The one with the first appearance of the Royal Flush Club, and the one with the first appearance of Spellbinder. Okay, so if I talk to you, and then you move, and I talk to the other guy, and the other guy moves as well. Wait a minute. Yeah. But beyond that, like, I didn't really get to watch it much on TV. Well, I think the big thing to really complement the 90s, to complement both the animated series on and the DC animated universe as a whole on, is it was always a family-friendly show, but it never treated its audience like idiots. Except for one episode which everybody hates. Batman in My Basement. Oh, what was this? Always flee from battle. That is a good skill to have. Okay. Let's buy 2 of these. Buy 1 of these. Well, the Spider-Man series was also heavily censored, but the censorship did still kind of work for it. One of the weirdest pieces of censorship I've heard for the 90s Spider-Man series was that Spider-Man was not allowed to hit anybody with his fists. Which is a weird thing to think about, but it meant it led to the animators getting more creative with how Spider-Man handled fights. Which meant, unlike the 60s series where Spider-Man basically just punched and occasionally landed on somebody, the 90s series had Spider-Man being way more acrobatic. And it still had the really good storylines. And did really well with what it was doing. The same's true of the X-Men animated series. Yeah, it's weird that everybody used laser guns. Can I get this? Do I already have that? I have that. I don't have that. That'll be nice. That'll be good. Yeah, and the 90s X-Men series did stuff like adapt the Phoenix Saga and the Dark Phoenix Saga. Yeah, it is a really solid cartoon. And I think it's one of the points of, like, the idea that limitations breed creativity. Censorship in itself can be a form of creativity and can lead to some really good stuff. There's one example, because the Batman animated series wasn't immune to censorship. And there's one really good example where in the episode, I think it's Nothing to Fear is the name of it, when Batgirl is knocked off the roof by the Scarecrow and lands on Commissioner Gordon's car. Originally the idea was to show that from outside. Like, the car would be driving along, you'd see it from the outside, and she'd land on the top of on the bonnet of the car. And the censor was like, no, that's too much. And so they changed the camera angle. So the camera was instead inside the car, like in the back seat. And she lands on the front of the car, and I think that's way more effective. The censors were happy with it because it was further away from the camera, but it worked way more for the point it was trying to get across. Yeah, it did do a lot of good crossovers. There's with the way the Marvel Cinematic Universe has blown up in recent years, there's been a whole thing of the original Marvel connected universe outside of the comics was the Spider-Man cartoon, the Spider-Man and X-Men cartoon. Because they crossed over with each other, and the Spider-Man cartoon also had stuff like the Secret Wars in it, which had Captain America in it. And I think Storm was in it as well. What's this? The Grand Staff Construction Project was implemented by the Euro Council. Listen, the Demands of the Magic Industrial Revolution, led by Chancellor Gongora, greatest sorcerer in our own history. Ultimate goal was to maximise and make use of the nation's store of magic power. Anomalies brought about by the increase in magic power in the Sea of Baus have been widely observed. The most troubling side effect has been the rapid transformation of animals and plants into monsters, especially sea creatures. Enlarged to enormous size, often extremely violent, these monsters have begun to attack people regularly. The transformation is believed to be caused by magic power local to the area. That's not good. Although their fearsome speed and strength have led to some to believe otherwise, hypercurrents are a natural occurrence, some related to the recent surge in magic energy. Hypercurrents have been recorded across the world since ancient times, but recent reports have indicated magic energy has caused an increase in size and speed. Currently, both the hypercurrents and the areas around them are extremely dangerous to navigate. Yeah. But yeah, it's like the Spider-Man and X-Men cartoons eventually having the crossover, and just in general having a bunch of stuff with them, like the best adaptation of the Phoenix to the Dark Phoenix saga. Stuff like that. The whole multi-part episode later on in the Spider-Man series, where multiple versions of Spider-Man from different universes team up to face Spider-Carnage, and the idea of that being the original version of the Spider-Verse. And he did a lot of good stuff. And there's an interesting thing though, like you mentioned Blade. The Spider-Man animated series was the first appearance of Whistler. Whistler was created for the Spider-Man animated series. Yeah, I've never watched the whole 90s series. I've seen you're still working on this. Treasure glasses. Alright. I've seen some of the Iron Man animated series, and of course watched Spider-Man and X-Men. But I've never seen anything of the Hulk one. See Grand Star from here. Not as good as Spider-Man or X-Men's. Yeah, I was actually really glad when I did the Spider-Man playthrough that I did end up with an opportunity to use the 90s animated theme. Junk Up Ahead used to be magic power amplifier. It's been destroyed by an influx of magic power. Heard people lucky enough to find good stuff in the wreckage. Maybe it'll find good stuff, but you never know what kind of danger awaits. Alright. I think the best of them, though, really is the X-Men animated series theme. Speaking of, have you seen that somebody has sued the composers of that theme? There's I think it's a Finnish TV show that predates the X-Men animated series. And the opening theme for that TV series is actually really similar to the X-Men animated series theme. And so the person who composed that has come out to sue the composer of the X-Men animated series theme. Oh, that's not good. Awesome. Alright.
That was close.
Cool. Well, you know, any appearance of Grey Hulk over Green Hulk is something I always appreciate. Let's see. That's a good idea. No, I never did see the Japanese version. I might take a look at that later. Let's see, skill set, skill link. because he just learned white magic, level 2. Set this. You know, you're right, it does. Get another look at that, actually. We'll probably run into them again. All shield, is that a spell? Yes, it is. Slightly increases physical defense for orc party members. That's not bad. That's a good idea. Here we go. Probably get a good look at my here. Nope. You know, that's actually pretty hideous. See which punishment these can take. Whatever Jansen's equipped with on the ring. Is something they're weak to. Right, so that's the kind of health we're looking at. Alright. I'll have to check it out later. What the hell's sticky tape? What's a slot seed? Grants an extra skill slot? Yes, I will, thank you. Right, it's crafting component. You know, I miss the days when not every game had some kind of crafting in it. Alright, let's see. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. That's a good one. Alright, let's get going. We only have 24 hours to save Grandstaff. I remember this, I got further than this last time I played this. There's definitely something shining over there.
Man, getting old real quick.
That looks worrying. Water. Water, water. What's Jansen equipped with? Should have taken a look at that. There we go. Well, that's not something you want to see in a dark alley. Okay, so if Time and Seth both focus on that, Jansen should be able to finish that one off. Nice. 2-turn victory, I'm okay with that.
I am the greatest.
Alright, Kime got the new skill. Let's switch his accessory. Immunity to poison is definitely a good idea. Seven out of 10. What's Jansen carrying? The Holy Knight Charm, which we're already good with. Alright, nothing there. Another seed. Oh yeah, let's ram it. Oh geez, what's that? Oh no, monsters. Oh, yeah. They were lurking in magic energy. Who'd have thunk? Oh, it's just these things. Oh no, they ambushed us. That's irritating. Alright, here we go. With the way I've set this attack up, we should take B out before he can actually attack. If he goes the right way for Jansen to attack. Here we go. Finish this one. Then Jansen finishes off the first one. Then Jansen lets us all down as always. It's always the way to get a critical hit on an attack that would have killed it anyway. Alright, so Seth finished learning that. That's a good one. Oh, we both finished learning Jansen's skills. Yep. Alright. This better be good. Yellow band. Is that going to be thunder resistance? Immunity to paralysis. Oh, that's good. Paralysis is one of my least favourite status effects. Though really, I hate anything that means you can't actually attack. I think I mentioned in the first part, it's not going to be 100%, but it will be all gold sculptures. No, it will be 100%, it won't be 100%, it'll be all heart pieces. I'm not doing all gold sculptures, that's just not fun. And like I said, the reward for it isn't worth it. Yeah, just heart pieces. So ending the game with 20 hearts. Although the thing with that is, I went through a list of heart pieces just to make sure I could be aware of them all, and it seems that one of the heart pieces is for 50 gold sculptures, which I don't remember that, and I'm going to have to get a second opinion on that to confirm it, but if that's true then... As you know me, I'm not really big on doing 100% playthroughs. There are exceptions. There are exceptions, but I'm not big on doing 100% playthroughs. The Majora's Mask playthrough, though, that's probably going to be 100% because all masks, and then all that's left after the masks is the heart pieces. And probably going to go after all the heart pieces. And like we saw in the stream, to get all the masks, you need to... Wait a minute. Is there a trick to this? Go! I think there is. We can avoid the fight. But yeah, once you get all the... to get all the masks, you have to do both Skulltula houses. So there's going to be all Skulltulas, all gold Skulltulas in Majora's Mask. But that's way down the road. Probably going to do Link to the Past before I do Majora's Mask. So I actually did start recording Link to the Past and just stopped. I got like 10 minutes and I was just like, I'm not enjoying this. And I really just wasn't feeling anything. That was part of the whole thing. That's a good idea. I ended up just doing Ocarina of Time instead, and I'm very happy that I did. Because it's worked out really well for me. Oh, I want that. What are we using? Antidote brooch. Yeah. Yeah, it's worked out really well for me. I've gotten a lot of enthusiasm for it. Damn, I got too close to that then. But it does confirm my theory. Huh. Yeah, you know me, I'm not overly big on doing 100% stuff. Spyro was kind of an exception. Because Spyro, you don't go that far out of your way in Spyro to actually get 100%. Really, my general rule with getting 100% is, if it stops being fun, I don't want to get 100%. And there were a couple of occasions in Spyro where it wasn't fun. But it wasn't an extended period of no fun. It was mostly that one dragon in treetops, which... and then the rest of it was just me messing up. You know, I feel like there's a boss around here. It's like we get to Spyro 2, and probably going to do 100% on that. Same's true of Spyro Year of the Dragon. But then we get to Crash, and not likely to do 100% on any of the Crash games. Going after all the gems just stops being fun. Oh, that's not pretty. I can understand that. Like I say, my real thing is just... the real point of me with all of that is... if I'm not having fun, I question the point. And more often than not, 100% stops being fun. And Ocarina of Time, getting all the gold, getting all the heart pieces, not really going that far out of my way. Getting all the gold Skulltulas, not fun. Is it really does just stop being fun at that point. What's over here? Oh, it's a chest. Does that raise magic defense? Yes, it does. Alright. Good spells to have.
You know, it's tough being so popular.
Yeah, like I say, I just don't consider it to be fun to do. So I was working my way through Crash 2 a few years back to get 100%. And I got to the 4th tier and I had every gem up to a point, and I stopped going for every gem because there was a point where I was just burning through lives trying to get one single gem. Try to get each gem actually at that point. Each gem was taking a bunch of lives. Yeah, there is a boss coming up here, I remember this. There was a point, I'm pretty sure it was in tier 4, where I was burning through so many lives for some of the gems, and I just wasn't enjoying it anymore. So I just stopped. Finished the game getting the rest of the crystals. And I've seen 100% playthroughs of Crash 2, and some of the levels are bullshit. Cold Hard Crash is stupid, and pisting it away? No, I'm not doing that.
Ooh, this
That's not fun.
Creeps. Let's just...
I'm going in.
Going... How?
Me too.
You have a... Fine, I'm going too.
10-2 is something I'm going to have to decide for myself when I eventually get to it.
Whoa! Slow down! Easy! Bruise, ow!
What a life. Graceful.
Why don't you just shut up?
Got trouble?
Have you seen any of this before, Kime?
No. Nothing.
I just showered and I got dirt everywhere in my hair. Wait up, guys.
Oh, FMV.
Okay. Whew. All right. Man, that is way tall. Okay.
You know, considering this thing is spewing out magic energy, I can understand why. It looks very poorly constructed.
Okay.
Oh no, not insects.
Are they eating the pipes?
No. They're feeding off the magic energy.
Hey Quinn, how you doing today, buddy?
Let's take it down.
Oh, this is a boss theme. Alright, gotta look at this. Yeah, I don't like that idea. Okay, so my guess is these guys are gonna respawn when we kill them. And this guy's our real target. work this out. There we go. You know, 4 points of damage? Not bad. That's not good. Oh, I remember this now. Flare's good though, Flare works. And it takes 2 hits from Seth and Kime to take out any one of these. Ooh, getting Final Fantasy VIII vibes now. You know, I like my FF8. That's probably not good. It absorbs the charged magic for each one of them. Alright. Jansen, you keep throwing Flare at the big guy. See how long it takes them to respawn. It only absorbs magic off whichever one's charged. Oh, that was nasty. One, 2, 3. Alright, that's going to fill up its magic meter, which is probably going to lead to a big attack. There it is, Paraflare. That's awful. So if we lose this fight, I know what grinding to do. He's dead. She's dead. Let's call this a wash. It's been a while since I've actually played that far into 10. I've been meaning to replay that game since the HD remaster came out. And I got the HD remaster when it came out and played it. Where did I play it to? There's Besaid and then you cross on the ship. I didn't want this, damn it. Oh, let's try again with a better tactic at least. I was going to do a bit of grinding. Yeah, Killiker, that's it. Thanks, man. Yeah, I can kind of see Sin spawn in them. Not Wing Flare. I need to figure out what's weak to what. Yeah, I think after the PS1, a lot of JRPGs just never figured out how to do the same kind of world map again. Alright, so wind is weak to fire. Awesome. I didn't do enough damage. I definitely didn't do enough damage. A, B, D. I'm going to leave behind only E. And my thought is if we kill all of them, it'll refresh them. So if we leave one behind, my thought is that it won't refresh them and we can keep on the offensive for a while longer. Let's go. You know, babe, one day I will play Shadow Hearts. Maybe it'll be after I finish Lost Odyssey. God knows, it's been on my to-do list long enough. I bought it for a reason beyond sitting there on my shelf. Alright, this is fire, which means aqua? Or is it a system like FF10 where it's the opposites? Uh-oh. Right, so I figured out how that works. No, it is after. Awesome. Right, so Kaim attacks this. And I'll have Seth attack it as well, while Jansen continues to throw Aqua at the big guy. The same can be said of a lot of RPG series, unfortunately. Like Suikoden, a breath of fire. Not everything gets to live on like Tails. Okay, take you out and throw another Aqua at the big guy. Go. Super. Nice. There we go, I didn't even need to grind, I just needed to actually be better at the game. Good work, mate.
Now them again?
Okay. You know, I started to celebrate. That was my downfall. You know, I don't know. With the positive reception of Resident Evil 7, RE2 Make, and Devil May Cry 5, Capcom has suggested an interest in reviving some of their old IPs. A lot of people took that to mean no crap. A lot of people took that to mean Dino Crisis. That could mean more than just Dino Crisis. This is why I need anti-paralysis. Come on. Good shot, Johnson. Seth and Cam still paralyzed. That's not good. See, this is why I hate paralysis, because it's never clear when you're gonna do stuff like that. I hate paralysis, I hate charm, I hate petrification, I hate it when you take my attacks away. Charm's the worst though. Stop everything that we've got. Well, maybe part of the problem there is that 3 on PSP didn't sell well. Oh, this is getting nasty. Finish it. Damn it, Seth. This is going to be nasty. But as far as porting the older Resident Evil games, all they've done is port the ones they can get away with. Remake, 0, 4, 5, 6, Revelations, Revelations 2. This, oh no, someone's dead. Time's dead. Seth isn't, but there's no way I can heal. This is going to take way too long. I forgot I had these spells. Yep, someone's dead. Dancing.
Okay.
That's nowhere near enough health. Code Veronica was ported to the PS3 and the 360. It wasn't ported to the PS4. It was released as one of the PS2 classics. And I think the important part to note with that is it wasn't ported to Xbox One. It's backwards compatible, yes, but Capcom didn't get any extra money out of that. Yeah, just finish it.
Away!
That second one. It's a good thing I saved before that boss fight. But yeah, like, they've not done anything with the PS1 trilogy. And they could have done. Where is the anti-paralysis thing? It's there. Nobody's using it right now. And I can get more use out of that than I can the antidote. So I guess let's do some grinding.
I think I'm gonna like this.
Yeah, Deadly Silence was ported to the DS like 13 years ago. I mean, anytime recently. Deadly Silence was ported to the DS probably around the same time Breath of Fire 3 was ported to the PSP. Like I say, it's the Resident Evils they've been throwing on every system are the ones they can get away with. What the hell happened there? They know they can't really get away with throwing out the PS1 games and charging the price that they are. It's like, oh, Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6 on Switch now. What price is it? Oh, well, you know, it's £30 again for each of them. But yeah, thanks Capcom, I'll leave it. I'm still holding out hope that Sega will finally do something with Skies of Arcadia. Like, hey, how about you stop putting Sonic Adventure on everything and give us Skies of Arcadia? I say that it's been a while since Sega put Sonic Adventure on anything. Kinda surprised you can't get it on current gen. I mean, you can through Xbox backwards compatibility, but, you know, that's not the point.
Out of my way!
Bada bing. Two down. Can I make a fire ring? A fire ring would be good, actually. Let me see this. Critical hits, attack damage. Critical hits. Absorb enemy MP, that's not bad. Causes poison. Beast enemies. Earth damage. Water damage. I need one more magma fragment. I don't think I've got a magma fragment since the start of the game. But the aqua ring. If we equip that on Kime. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, after the last, after the first session, I got the DLC for this game. It cost me like £2.50 for both pieces. So we have this extra ring. We also have an apparently pretty hard dungeon later in the game. That was DLC. So look forward to that. As I was wondering, why do I have all this really powerful stuff? I don't know if that's going to do me any good now. Gotta say, buying the DLC was irritating. You had to buy it through the Xbox website, but not through the standard Xbox website when you go on the store. I had to go through the Xbox 360 side, because you can't purchase the DLC on Xbox One. You can use the DLC on Xbox One, you can't purchase it on Xbox One.
Oh yeah! Let's get it on!
I forgot I was supposed to hold the trigger there, and I just I was pressing the A button. I blanked for a minute. Alright, so what we want is, I want to grind until we have the anti-paralysis skill for Seth and Kyan. And then I'll give the yellow bracelet, I think it is, to Jansen. That way none of the characters will get paralysed in that fight. You know, I wonder how many party members you can actually have in this game. It looks like there's probably space for more.
What a waste of time.
Is that this July? I thought you'd had it since earlier than that. There we go, I want that. Equip on Jansen. We're not fighting aerial enemies though. Beasts might work. No, you got it in July. Yeah, fair enough. What was the DLC for that? I feel like the DLC for it should be Abe's Exodus. It's like, oh hey, we remade Abe's Odyssey, and then, you know, while we had the engine running like that, we decided to just throw Abe's Exodus in it as well. Although I suppose that's not really practical. Isn't Abe's Exodus a bigger game than Odyssey?
Are you some kind
Alice
of
escape, alright. Yeah, I thought Exodus was bigger. Never actually played Exodus. Did I equip Jansen with that new staff that I bought? I need to check that. Well, that's good. So let's set that to black, white 2, and then we can get rid of this. Have it as guard heal for the minute. Equip. What have you got? Yeah, we did. Okay, good. Switch this out with Antidote Brute should be good. Yeah, the frustration factor is one of the main reasons why I'm not overly fond of Abe's Odyssey. It has its place, but I don't have the time to just keep dying and retrying stuff that I'm annoying. Now, if they pulled a Prince of Persia and let you have a rewind button, I could be interested. I've been playing Two Thrones recently. I enjoy the Sands of Time trilogy, but I never finished Two Thrones. So I never actually finished the trilogy. So since probably going to do Two Thrones at some point in the future, after Warrior Within, I want to make sure I've finished it and know what I'm doing. And it's got some ideas, but I really do think Two Thrones is one of the weakest, possibly the weakest game in the series.
What a waste of time.
But for the most part, I've been enjoying it. It's the weakest game in the series, but it's the weakest game in a fantastic series. It's like saying Return of the Jedi, which my favourite Star Wars, but a lot of people tell you Return of the Jedi is the weakest of the Star Wars trilogy. But it's the weakest in an excellent series of movies. Quick save. You know what I have new and tasty? I forget how I got it. It might have been free on PlayStation Plus. I should take a look at it at some point. Maybe for one of the Sunday streams. After we're done with Resident Evil. There we go, anti-paralysis. And now let me put that on Kime. Replace level 2 black magic because I have no use for it. And then remove it from Kime, give it to Seth, yellow band, antidote brooch back while Seth learns anti-paralysis. I understand why people have problems with Return of the Jedi. It's my favourite. I've said it before, but I will justify Return of the Jedi's entire existence based on the confrontation on the Death Star at the end. I think the entire trilogy builds up to it, and it's one of the best examples of the confrontation with the villain at the end of a long series like that being totally worth it. I think Emperor Palpatine is a fantastic character, fantastically played. I think the music is really well done for it. The set looks fantastic. Really evocative. Cinematography is brilliant. The acting from both Mark Hamill, Ian McDiarmid, and also James Earl Jones' voice acting is great. And the physical performance for whoever was playing Vader at the time. I forget who it was, but it was not David Prowse then. Why did you recover no MP from that? Well, I've said before the way I can justify the Ewoks taking on the Empire. I think it's reasonable. More so in that the Ewoks don't overthrow the Empire, that the Ewoks distract the Empire on Endor for long enough for the rebellion to destroy the bunker. And then once the bunker is destroyed, the Empire's forces on Endor are in disarray.
Not too smart, eh?
I don't have a problem with battle droids. Gungans, sure, but battle droids, I don't have a problem with them. So does that actually have to be perfect for me to get any MP back? Because if so, that's really irritating. Jedi Fallen Order is due out this week, I think. Possibly a hope for a return to a decent Star Wars game. And let's be fair, like, what was the last actually good Star Wars game? Battlefront 2 has improved since launch. Yes. But at launch it was a mess. It wasn't good. The campaign wasn't good. Battlefront is so light on content. It's a decent game, but you have to judge it based on just how little of it there is. And then the fact it's a $60 game with a $40 season pass.
This does not look good.
I would not call Force Unleashed 2 a particularly good game. I'd call Force Unleashed 1 an okay game. I don't think either of them are particularly amazing. And then before that, like, jeez. Yeah, it's got to be a perfect to get an EMP back. That is not helpful. You know, I need to get around to doing the Dreamcast version of Jedi Power Battles for stream, because it's actually... Wow, I didn't expect that. It's actually pretty different to the PlayStation version. And it's like, oh yeah, yes again. I'm really happy that I got myself a Dreamcast. It's like, oh hey, yeah, you remember that void I was trying to fill with the Switch? Yeah, the Dreamcast did. Dreamcast took care of that. That's not fair, the Switch is fine. It's just the Dreamcast is like the only console I've purchased in like the last 3 years, maybe, that I've not regretted in some way.
This does not look good.
Yeah, I remember that. And Adi Gallia has a red lightsaber and everyone was like, what? They actually canonized Mace Windu's blue lightsaber in the old expanded universe. The idea is he always had a purple lightsaber, but there was a period of time, which I think encompasses episode 1, where he was involved in an old Jedi tradition of swapping lightsabers with another Jedi Master. And that Jedi Master's lightsaber was blue.
That was a close one.
So that's the retcon explanation. Yeah, like the Dreamcast version of Jedi Power Battles has a lot of extra stuff. A bunch of the level design is changed, there's a full tutorial to explain how to play the game, which is nice. It's really interesting. Now, if only I had it at the time so I could experience Jedi Power Battles in the best way and play it co-op.
That was a close one.
Yeah, the best way to play Jedi Power Battles is co-op. Without it, it's a pretty solid Star Wars game. With it, it's the best Star Wars game on PlayStation. I say that, but then, like, what's the competition? Star Wars Demolition? Rebel Assault 2? Phantom Menace? Masters of Terras Cassi? Dark Forces?
Let's take him down.
Don't get me wrong, Dark Forces is a solid game, but I think Jedi Power Battles is better. You know, I think Star Wars Demolition is also on Dreamcast. I'll have to look into that. You got a problem with speaking ill of Masters of Terras Cassi? Come and fight me. Fight me in Masters of Terras Cassi. I'm gonna have to do that game at some point for the channel. Oh, that reminds me, we had the LEGO Star Wars stream that we did, what was that, last week? Yeah, I think that was Tuesday, last Tuesday. And I did put that to YouTube to see how well it'd go. And a bunch of copyright claims on the music, but no blocking on it, which is really good. So it might be possible for me to finally do that Star Wars month at some point. Which would be really nice, because I've got a bunch of plans for that. Oh, made Masters of Terras Cassi canon? Not Masters of Terras Cassi, just Terras Cassi, the fighting style. I think that is another example of Disney really does need to take from the old EU for a lot of the world building material. Unless Terras Cassi was mentioned somewhere in the Clone Wars. How far are we from getting that last one? $19, alright, next battle. I don't know, one thing that really irritated me about the Solo movie was the throwaway line that Woody Harrelson's character killed Aura Singh. It's like, yeah, no, just killed Aura Singh, pushed her off a cliff. It's like, oh great, so much for having the awesome Jedi Hunter bounty hunter in these new storylines. Yeah, I think I remember that. Oh, that's the thing. Have you seen, there's been a bunch of ads on Facebook over the past few months for a convention called For the Love of Sci-Fi happening in Manchester in December. And they have some interesting guests there. They've announced more recently Ray Parker's going to be there. And it's like, you know, now I want to go, but chances are the tickets are all sold out. And even if they are at hate conventions, I'd be super interested in meeting Ray Park.
That was a close one.
There we go, anti-paralysis. What else do we have? Keep learning that, you learning this. And you can have the yellow band. Alright, let's go do that boss again.
Let's take him down.
yeah, like they've mentioned, they've got like a bunch of people you might be interested in meeting. John Berenthal's going to be there, Carl Urban, Peter Weller. And it's like, you know, you got some interesting names there. Shame I don't like conventions. I got my Lord of the Rings extended trilogy box set over there. I would totally get Carl Urban to sign that. I don't think I own any other movies he was in.
What a waste of time.
Alright, we're one battle away from maxing that, so let's do that. Then save and then go fight the boss again. There we go, final.
Not too smart, eh?
Alright. There we go. Level 2 black white magic, definitely worth it. See, platinum gauntlet and treasure classes, this will be worth it. Platinum gauntlet, heal when defended. Replace that with level 2. Make sure we give her level the anti-paralysis, and he is equipped with it. Alright, so let's save and do the boss fight again. This way, even if it manages to get Paraflare off, it's not going to be as damaging as it was before, because the big problem in any attack like that is always the status effects. What makes the final boss of Persona 3 such a pain. The fact that it can hit your characters with charm. Swear to God. Makes you want to punch something. Alright. Alright, round 3. Flare. Considering sleep, but it's probably not worth the MP cost. Work this out right. Timing might work. Not flare I wanted, it's aqua. God damn it, Shaun. go. What's seed? That does a lot of damage for an attack a standard enemy can do at any time. Alright. That really is not enough healing for the amount of damage the enemies can do. Hope this works out. Doesn't. Seth's going down this time. I think we've got this. Yeah. All right. Still not really enough healing. Good thing we have that all heal when we defend. No, it ain't. So that force is just not friendly. Do you have anything better for this? We have another power drink. If I get Kime to drink that, there's a good possibility that we can take down one of those guys in a single attack. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, absorb.
Okay.
That's not bad. Seth heal herself. Throw a flare at another thing. Thanks for the support, Clint. Take care, buddy. Can take him down in one shot.
Okay.
Right. we've got something resembling a plan. Go. Should be a while before it manages to pull off Paraflare again. The biggest concern, E is going to throw off force and that's going to do more damage. And that's a problem. Because it does damage like that. And I cannot cover that with 2 turns of healing. Damn it. I will attack. You bring him back.
Okay.
That was close.
That's good damage. That's the issue with killing too many at once. They appear all together. Throw an Aqua at the back. Should go down this turn.
Okay.
And we still got the second one to deal with. And I think the second one comes in fully charged. Nothing there for it to really absorb. And that's the first one down. Number 2. Yep, it's got full magic. This is probably going to kill Jansen even with a defend. And B is going to throw out another force. Yeah, it's Jansen dead. Again. Bring him back.
Okay.
That was close.
Really need a better option for healing. That's the biggest problem, it's the healing and the lack of effectiveness it has, while enemies are doing way more damage. Any other RPG I've played doesn't have that problem. So now we've got the problem where everybody's too low on health. Just the big guy throwing out attacks wouldn't be so bad, could work out a way to minimise it. But with the small guys randomly deciding to throw out force, doing damage is a problem. I'm not sure how to counter it. There we go. Good enough. Leave it dead in one turn. know, the positioning of the teeth in that thing don't make any sense. You get a look when it opens its mouth again, the teeth don't make any sense. Okay, so it has nothing to do this turn because everything's dead. Nope, it's going to do that now. Can't absorb anything, charge anything. Alright. Try and end this. And if anything, okay, yeah, disappears now. Another one there. But they can't do anything for the big guy this turn. Johnson's getting low on MP. This needs to end soon. That guy's almost dead. Focus Seth and Jansen on it. We should get it this turn. Come on. Don't be a third one. Alright. Ugh. Double fatality. Like I say though, the big problem really is the lack of effective healing solutions. Your magic doesn't heal enough and it takes too long to cast in battle, and the items we have don't heal anywhere near enough for what your standard enemy can do in damage. Yeah, I'm thinking that, like, can we go back or do we have to go straight into the next story sequence? There's no save point here. I'm guessing with the characters spread out like this, there's not any monsters here anymore, but you never know. Oh, that's definitely something I want on Jansen. The issue with that, though, is critical HP is such an anomaly, and it's such a vague term. And we've seen a character go from critical... We've seen a character go from fine to dead, completely skipping critical, because an enemy's done that much damage. Did I put this on hard mode? Is there a difficulty? No. It's designed as a traditional JRPG, of course there's not a difficulty mode selection. Oh, neat. Asking me to assess the damage is a really vague term, really vague objective. HP and MP, that's still not really the kind of use I want out of a potion. You got any thoughts on the healing situation, Bane? Any other RPGs you can think of that have a similar problem? We can't go back. I just went right along the entrance and we can't go back. We slid down the mountain for it, so we can't save it until the next save point.
Okay, break time. Okay, just take it easy, guys. I am so tired.
Okay, now what?
The control room. Yeah, that's good. All right, but hang on. What are you saying to catch my breath?
All you ever do is complain.
No, I only complain about you. I'm going in. Big, what do you guys have? 4 sets of lungs? Don't you get out of breath? Oh, man. I'm coming. Payment's worth this.
Well, that's the thing. Usually, by the time high potions become common, and you end up with enough money to purchase them regularly, the standard potions aren't as effective as you need them to be anymore. But in this game, we've started out with the potions not being effective from the beginning.
If you get any closer, I will shoot! Ready?
Okay, everybody, move like me. Move like they can't hit a moving target. Come on, here we go. I'm the only one. Come on, everyone now. Kai, what do we do?
Are we gonna go for it?
No, we're not gonna go for it. No, there's a no here. I'm.
Restrain them!
Yeah, I get where you're coming from with Heihachi, but it's not actually hair, it's like a head ornament.
Hello? Let's run. I'm a fast runner.
We're going for it!
Alright. Item healing is the only way. Yeah, I will say the worst game I ever saw in terms of healing was Metroid Other M. Enemies don't drop any health in that, you don't get any health the same way you do in most Metroid games. The big issue is that you recover HP by getting low on health and then doing the desperation mechanic that's really poorly done. You know, it seems like it could be a problem. I remember getting past this. I think a little past this is where I stopped playing last time.
Why are we having trouble with only 3 opponents? Archers, forward!
But General, our own troops are in the line of fire.
Well, then they'd better be able to dodge arrows. Move!
Archers, stance!
Yeah, that's understandable. Repair the mechs rather than... Repair the mechs rather than use magic to heal. Or use any kind of abilities. Use items to repair mechs. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to speak and say what you actually mean. I feel like this battle's gonna go absolutely nowhere. There we go. That's going to take Jansen till the next turn. I like the Battle of the Thousand Heartlets. it feels epic, and it's something that should have been done more in the game, particularly in the Land of Dragons. It's one of the big problems with when they do the Disney stories in Kingdom Hearts. Everywhere just feels so empty. You know what I gotta say, it's really tedious having like 7 enemies. That was good. Liked it. Okay, that's not gonna do much. That will, that won't, that won't. Go with this guy then? What is this guy? This guy looks different. No, he's the same. Alright. Oh, there goes Johnson. It's not as epic. 10,000 Heartless Nobodies and Unverse combined. You know, the fact they do that worse on PS4 than they did on PS2 is embarrassing. Oh, good, that critical defense boost did.
Okay.
Let's finish this guy.
Sorry about that.
Take your time there, Seth. Gotta admit, I like that as a mechanic, but the Immortals will get back up.
That was close.
Oh, that wasn't a supposed to lose battle. Cool.
It's no use. Jansen, aim for the pipe. Time and I will draw them off. Ignite any magic energy leaking out.
Right. What? No, that's not gonna work.
That's
There's no
disappointing.
other way.
Especially
If we
since
don't break
in
through, there'll be
Battle
no
of 1,000
investigation.
Heartless you did actually kill 1,000.
Jensen, do it.
Okay, I'll do it.
I mean, that's really the reason why they give you a counter.
What is this?
Hey, whoa! Wow, that was...
You know, you ever get the feeling something was a bad idea?
Okay, time to go. Wow,
You ever get the feeling something was a really bad idea? Like I say, I'll get to Kingdom Hearts eventually. even if I do some of them for the channel, chances are the movie ones, 358 were 2 days and recoded, I'll be doing on stream just for the extra on it. Look great but falls flat. Now I remember this.
Morning.
And I feel like
You
the
okay?
save point after the next save point is where I stop playing the
great
game.
Plan there, getting ourselves knocked out and captured. Hey, that's brilliant. Why didn't I think of that?
Don't rub it in. Every situation has a way out. We'll just have to use Plan B. Or C.
When you said to aim at the pipe, did you have a plan B or was getting captured plan B? How about a plan G, like get the hell out of here? I mean, you've evolved 1,000 years, and guess what? We're still captured. Huh? Brilliant.
Give it a rest.
Oh, I got plenty of time to rest. Because we're captured! Hey, Kai, come on, help me out here.
Yeah. I definitely remember this. And like I say, I'm pretty sure the save point after is where I stopped. Oh god, not another one. They live in shells. He is in darkness. Unlike the darkness of night, it is enclosed, devoid of depth or expanse. He hears a heavy door slowly rumbling on. A shaft of light shoots in, but it is not so well defined as that. To eyes accustomed to nothing but darkness, however, the faint gleam feels like a shower of sparks. Stop this, please, I beg of you. Let me go. The young man's screams echo through the emptiness. No voice answers him. Crouching in the darkness, Kime counts the footsteps. 3 men have come in. The disorderly footsteps probably belong to the young man. The other 2 are perfectly regular. Please, I'm begging you. If it's money you want, I'll get you all you could ask for on the outside, I promise. I won't forget to show my thanks to you, please. The only reply of the 2 men who have brought the young one here is the clunk of an iron lock opening. No, no, please, I'm begging you. I'll do anything you want. Anything. A dull thud is the sound of flesh tearing, bone wrenching. Someone collapses on the floor. A strangled scream. The clunk of an iron lock closing. Kime knows the young man has been thrown into the shell diagonally opposite his own. When you are locked in one of these windowless shells, your hearing becomes acutely sensitive. Don't do this. Let me out of here. Please, let me out of here. From the sound of the voice, Kime can imagine a young man's face with boyish traces. A small-time hoodlum, hardly a step above a teenage gang member. When he was still on the streets, no doubt, he used to swagger down the sidewalk, his cunning but cowardly eyes darting every which way. 2 men who brought him maintain their silence to the end, their footsteps moving off together. The heavy door opens and closes again. Left alone in the darkness, the young man howls his entreaties for a time, but when he realises they will do no good, he shouts himself hoarse, spitting out one curse after another until he begins to sob. Quiet down there, an old man calls out from one of the inner shells. It won't do you any good to make a fuss. Time to give up, sonny. This is the voice of the oldest man living in the dozen or so shells lined in the darkness. He was already here when Kine was sent to his place. It is always his role to quiet and comfort the obstreperous newcomers. That's not a word I've ever seen before. Except it must be, I just don't remember it. If you got time to bawl like that, keep your eyes closed. Huh? Just make sure you keep sucking on your memories of the outside like a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. Sounds of suppressed laughter come from the surrounding shells. Kine joins in with a smile and a sigh. All the shells in the dark are supposedly full, but few of their inhabitants are laughing. Most of them have lost the strength to laugh. Hey, Sonny, the old man continues in his role as advisor to the newcomer. No point in making a fuss. Just calm down and accept your fate. Otherwise, and here a note of intensity enters the old man's voice, they'll just drag you out of here feet first. This is exactly what happened yesterday to the former inhabitant of the young man's shell. He had been screaming on and off for a day, then came a day of banging his head against the shell wall, then nothing, until he was dragged out into silence. So, get a hold of yourself, sonny. Don't let the darkness swallow you up. Close your eyes and imagine nice scenery from the outside. The bigger the better, the ocean or the sky or some huge field of grass. Remember, imagine. It's the only way to survive this place. This was the advice he always gave to newcomers. But the young man screamed tearfully, "Who the hell do you think you're kidding? Survive this place? And then what? I know what this place is. No exit prison. You throw the lifters in here, give them just enough food to keep them alive, and in the end they kick the bucket anyway. Am I right? There's nothing left to hope for." His shouts turned to sobs again. This is the reaction of most of the newcomers. Nor are they mistaken. This is a prison. Each of the shells is a solitary cell with bars, and the sun shines on a prisoner only on the day of his funeral. Everybody dies, sonny, that's for sure. You just can't let your mind go before your body does. Hope doesn't have to fade until you throw it out yourself, the old man goes on softly. Then he adds with feeling, this system we live under can't last much longer either. The old man is a political prisoner. As leader of the anti-government faction, he has long resisted the dictatorship until he finally lost the struggle and was imprisoned. The young man has no ears for the old man's words, however. He continues thrashing on the floor and crying. This fellow won't be in his shell much longer than his predecessor. In a few days, or in less than a month at best, he'll go to pieces. The darkness is that powerful. Depriving a prisoner of light is far crueler than taking his life in an instant. My, the old man reflects. This fellow's not going to do us much good in a prison break. The old revolutionary laughs. It might be a genuine laugh or a bold front, but in any case, almost no one laughs in response. Tomorrow morning, or rather since there is no clear-cut morning in the darkness, after they go to sleep, wake up and have their next meal, another cold corpse will be dragged out wordlessly from another shell. Hey, listen. How many of us are here now? The old revolutionary asks. Answer if you can hear me. I can hear you, Kime says. His is the only voice. Man, this is bad. We were full up a little while ago. The old man gives a dry chuckle. Kime asks, I wonder if something's happened out there. Maybe so, answers the old revolutionary. If you ask me, this would be about the right time for a coup d'etat or a revolution. My boys aren't going to keep quiet much longer. What was your name again? Kime? Have you noticed what's happening? How there used to be a lot more guys getting thrown in here until a little while ago, most of them real nobodies not worth sentencing to life? Uh-huh, sure. The young man was one of them, nothing but a small-time crook. It just so happened that the storehouse he broke into belonged to a rich man with ties to a powerful politician. This was the only reason they put him in a shell. The shells always used to be full. They would throw a bunch of men in here and they would die, and then the new men would come and they would die. The young man was one of those. The terror of being enveloped in darkness was too much for him. He went to pieces. He was apparently having hallucinations at the end. I'm coming, Mama. I'm coming. Wait for me, please, Mama. He repeated over and over like a child. Where are you, Mama? Here? Are you here? And he gouged his eyes out with his bare hands. I figured things were getting scary out there. The cops losing control, so the government was really starting to crack down, which is why these shells were always full. That is what brought the young man here. Blood streaming from his eye sockets, he died muttering in snatches, "What did I do? Everyone knows damn well there are plenty of men way worse than me." But now the place is empty. You know what that means, Kime? Sure, there's so much crime out there now the government can't suppress it. You've got it. The whole royal family might be strung up by now for all we know. It's a revolution. It'll happen any day now. That means you and I will get out of here. My boys will come and get us. Just hang in there a little while longer. Kime nods in silence. The old revolutionary goes on. You're strong, Kime. Not many guys could stay as calm as you, thrown in a shell and enveloped in darkness like this. Not even Kime can explain it. It is true that he was strangely calm when he put him in the shell. The darkness was something he seemed to recognise as a distant memory. In the distant past, he too may have tasted the anguish of the other shell inhabitants so tortured by the fear of being sealed in darkness. How are you so tough mentally, Kime? Does it mean you too are a revolutionary? No, not me. His crime is hardly worth talking about. He resisted somewhat under questioning when they brought him in as a suspect, and for that he was branded as a rebel and thrown into the shell. The old man is probably right, though. The country's dictatorship is almost certainly in its last days. It won't be long now. We'll be back in the real world before we know it. I have hope right here, and it will stay here until I abandon it myself, the old revolutionary mutters, as if trying to convince himself. The prison falls soon afterward. Armed young men come charging into the darkness and open the shell's barred doors. Embraced by his boys, the old revolutionary goes out. Wait, Kime cries, trying to hold him back. But he's too late. Anxious to see the new world following the destruction of the old system, the old revolutionary steps outside and opens his eyes. It is evening. Though the sun is nearly down, its light is still strong enough to burn eyes accustomed to total darkness. The old revolutionary presses his hands to his eyes and with a groan, crumples to his knees. Kime has saved himself by shielding his eyes with his arm. Not even he knows what caused him to do this. Could distant memories have taught him that the truly frightening thing about punishment by darkness is what happens after the release from the prison? When could I have been imprisoned and where? More important, how long have I been on this endless journey? With bleeding eyes, surrounded on the ground by his boys, the old revolutionary searches for Kime. I came all this way, Kime, only to make one terrible mistake at the bitter end. My eyes are probably useless by now. This is precisely why he asks Kime for one last favour. Tell me, Kime, what is the outside world like? Has the revolution succeeded? Are the people happy? Are they smiling joyfully? Kime opens his eyes slowly, just barely beneath the shade of his hand. As far as he can see, the ground is covered in bodies. The corpses of royal troops and revolutionary troops are heaped on one another. Countless civilians are dead. A mother lies dead with a small child in her arms, the bloody corpse of the child's father next to them, arms outstretched in a vain attempt to shield them. Tell me what you see, Kime. Kime fights back a sigh and says, you must work from now on to build a happy society. The old revolutionary senses the truth. I won't abandon hope, Kime, no matter what. As if to say, I know that, Kime nods and begins to walk away. Where are you going? I don't know. Someplace. Why don't you stay here and build a new world with us? You of all people can do that, I know. Thank you, sir, but I'll be moving on just the same. The old revolutionary does not try anymore to hold Kime back. Instead, as a parting gift, he repeats for Kime the words he spoke so often in his shell. There will always be hope wherever you are until you yourself abandon it. Never forget that. Kime walks on. His eyes chance to light on the body of a young boy lying at his feet. The boy breathed his last with eyes wide open in fear. Kime kneels and gently closes the boy's eyelids. He knows deep down, in a memory too far away for even him to reach, that while darkness can be a great source of terror, it can also bring deep and lasting peace. Yeah, honestly, wasn't overly comfortable with the face cam.
Scared?
To be honest with you.
What do you mean?
Wanted to push through it and get past that, like, with the voice. But at this point, I've been doing the voice thing for long enough, and I've listened to it enough times that it doesn't bother me. The face thing, I'm not particularly happy with the way I look.
I'm afraid.
The position of the camera or my surroundings as visible on the camera. Particularly because of the way I sit when I'm streaming. Or just when I'm playing a game.
Her Majesty, the Queen has bestowed upon me the honor of commanding all Numara's forces.
I'm not entirely fond of how that looks on camera. And beyond that, I'm just
I speak
not
with Her
overly
Majesty's
comfortable with
voice,
it.
and you shall answer my questions.
Go ahead, ask away. But no geography question.
What were you doing at Grand Staff? You are Uran spies, aren't you?
What do you mean, Uran spies? Wasn't Grand Staff an Uran project?
Just ordinary travelers.
Yeah, travelers. What we are. Yeah, I'm the husband. Over there's my wife. And Mr. Chuckles there in the middle. He's my buddy. Yeah, we were just surprised, to see a building that huge. Well, on our trip here.
Do you think I'm a fool?
Well, with headwear like that.
That's Grand Staff, Ura's giant magic engine. And we are already aware that there is a link between that thing and the recent meteor crash. What I want to know is exactly what caused it to happen. I suppose none of you know anything.
Nope,
You're not
not a thing.
spying for Ura, are you? Or maybe Goatsa,
Yeah, like I say, I wasn't
telling
overly
you, we're
comfortable with the
just
camera. I wanted to get
travelers.
past it and like really kind of try and expand the stream with it.
Come on, we're not spies.
It wasn't working out for me,
Come on, let us out of here.
honestly. So
Since
dropping
when
that.
do ordinary travelers display such masterful fighting skill?
Oh, it's a dangerous world out there. You gotta know how to fight.
Travelers.
Yeah.
We have
Maybe
a
some
great
point in the
deal of
future,
skill
I can end up
loosening obstinate tongue.
get a different setup, move everything around maybe. But if that does happen, it's not going to be for a while. So continue with the voice stream.
General,
What is it?
as we thought, our current equipment won't be enough to repair the White Boa. The damage caused by the electrical discharge is too great. According to the tech officer, we'll have to bring it back to Numara and dock it for full repairs.
Okay.
From what the tech officer says, there's nothing that can be done about it. We'll suspend the operation and return to Numara.
Yes, sir.
Wait, what's our figurehead doing now?
Her Majesty, sir? She's in her quarters. We've been hearing harp music from there for a while now.
The Queen in a place like this?
A figurehead? What's that?
It means she holds no real
How
power.
very refined. Well, if she loves music more than meddling, it makes things easier for me.
Yes, sir.
Time to prepare for departure. Inform the troops immediately.
Yes, sir.
What the hell? Figurehead? They can't be talking about the Queen like that.
What's got you so angry?
Yeah, why do you care?
That general's making a fool out of the Queen. Hey, what's this?
I speak with Her Majesty's voice.
Crap. And it makes me sick.
You're worried about the Queen? Aren't streetwalkers more your type?
Ooh, witty. No, Numara's what bothers me. Hey, what the hell kind of country is it? Sounds like a seafood dish. Hey, and you over there, are you somehow involved with Numara?
Why do you keep suspecting me of everything that happens?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure. A glowing white monument in the sky.
Do you remember it?
It feels like my memory is returning. Bit by bit. Yours should be too.
Interesting.
I get dreams.
When you were talking so bitterly a while ago, was it about the dreams?
Oh, so the dreams scare you.
Yeah.
Oh.
memories seem to flood my dreams. Are they just dreams? Or are they my past?
Who knows? Maybe we'll find out. We only tried it once. Let's see what Seth can do. What about Jansen? Jansen's weaker. Nope. Is there anything in here? What is it? Yeah, I'll look at that again. Did it go? It must have done. Is it over at Seth this time then? There. Light lens. Oh, well, I guess I can't check what that is then. Oh, something's happening. You know, I'm starting to get uncomfortable with how long ago we had a save point.
I'm claustrophobic. These are two things I can't cope with. Kai, say something. Kai, shut up.
Well, I guess we're off to Costa del Sol then. You know, that really reminds me of the submarine from the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen movie. Yeah, this thing is impractically huge. Gotta love fantasy. Oh, they put this in a proper cell. I wonder how long ago this was. Is that going to be our main villain and immortal we've been facing off against throughout history? Are we actually playing the Highlander anime movie? What is that called? The Search for Vengeance?
Sounds like you just had a nightmare. Who's, Liram? Must be some girl's name, huh?
I don't know. Just that it's very painful. Every time I have that dream.
I guess you really are remembering bits and pieces, huh? You look like you don't want to remember. But it seems like the memories are starting to surface anyway.
But there's no point in remembering them, is there?
I swear, Kime, you are such a pessimist. You know, a normal person would do anything to figure out who they were or where they'd been.
Maybe I want to cut myself off from the past.
You see, it's just like I said.
You just drop it?
What?
He can take his time and remember the past when he's ready. Can't you see? It's obvious that right now all it's doing is hurting him.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, ma'am. What is your problem?
I think a problem is just you.
If Kime hates his memories, guess I might not even have to use this.
Is it really a good idea to hold something like that out and talk to yourself in such an enclosed space when it's supposed to be a secret?
Listen, if either Kime or Seth seem like they're starting to regain even a fragment of their memories, use this.
What is it?
Let's just say it's a magic energy crystal. Just throw it at them. That's all you have to do, and their memories will grow muddled and sink back into darkness. If it comes down to that, I'll triple your pay.
Let me think about that. Okay.
Huh. Which says there's something in their past that he doesn't want them remembering.
This? I got it from Lord Gongora. It's, you know, what you might call being prepared.
It's dangerous, isn't it?
Well, see for yourself. You use it like this.
Oh, we're gonna use that to get out of here. Huh. Interesting. Alright, let's go. Pretty sure Gongoro isn't going to be happy about that. And I wonder how it would affect mortals, since it was intended to be used on immortals.
Is he dead?
Huh?
He went that way. Bring it on.
Excuse me?
Huh?
Jensen, you know what it's supposed to do.
What's with him? Has he forgotten his job?
He's temporarily lost his memory.
Whoa. It works.
That pearl must be a magic energy crystal.
Gongora. So that's it.
So we're
He
learning
said
not
he
to
uses a pinch,
trust it
and
yet.
That guy was pinching.
Why am I... What's going on?
You, sir, are a soldier. Act like one.
Huh? Okay. But how come...
Listen, we're just ordinary travelers, but remember, there was this misunderstanding. Yeah, and we got thrown in the slammer. I hate to ask, but I have a hair appointment.
Okay.
But don't I need permission? You know, to release you guys?
Well, that's what you came here to do, right? You came here to let us falsely accuse prisoners. Those are your words, not mine. Out of the brig. It's obvious. There was a mistake, you see? Come on. Let's go. I distinctly heard your boss tell you to come down and let us out. Hey, congratulations.
Well, he's got
on
the gift of the gab.
What? Oh, that's right. You slipped and hit your head. Yeah, it looks like you've forgotten your duty.
Oh, okay. How embarrassing.
Look, see that doohickey there? Yeah, it's probably plugged into a magic engine. I don't know. Maybe it will open the door.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that looks right.
that tell me how to do my job. Okay, almost got it.
Huh. Well, thanks, buddy.
Hang in there, soldier. So long, buddy.
Oh, okay. Farewell. Take care.
What a friendly guy.
You're a sneaky one, aren't you?
What do you mean? It worked. Thanks for the help.
Seriously, you could charm the skin off a snake with that kind of tongue. It still bothers me why Gongora would give you something like that pearl. But I should thank you. Just this once. Right, Kaim?
Yeah.
Gongora's plotting to do something. Huh. Well, at least here's a save point, and this is where my memory of the game just totally stopped, because I'm pretty sure this is where I stopped playing it. And we're going to reenact that part right now, as I stop playing it for tonight. We went over time. We went way over time, actually, because I started late, and then there was the whole waiting for the save point. Yeah, tell me about it. So, Gongora's plotting something. Gongora's probably either the main bad guy, or is working for the main bad guy, who's going to turn out to be an immortal that Kaim has had experience with before. Who knows? Who knows how this will go? Well, the good news is, next stream should get pretty interesting as we see stuff that I've not seen before. Anyway, it's going to be the end of today's stream. I want to thank everybody who joined for the support. I want to give a special thanks to Bane and Klim for joining. You think it's Kuja? It's an interesting thought. Something to find out. You know what, give me a minute actually. I'll look into how long this game is approximated as. How long to beat Lost Odyssey? 50 hours for the main story, 69 for the main and the extras, 103 for completionist. Yeah. Doing it at leisurely pace, 62.5 hours. Huh. Interesting. You know, I hope you're not throwing down spoilers there, Bane. But I get what you're saying. It'd be interesting if a snake like Gongora has somebody he's reporting to and isn't just working off his own ambition. But that's for next time. Once again, I want to thank everybody who joined the stream. Thanks so much for your support. Special thanks to Bane and Klim for joining the chat and keeping me company. I always appreciate that, guy. Blind LP for you as well. I thought you said you'd seen this story. You'd watched it before. You hadn't played it, but you'd watched it. We're going to be back on Thursday. We'll be continuing Deadly Premonition. Lost Odyssey will continue next Tuesday, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time. Hopefully we'll get the time started the right time next week. But yeah, Deadly Premonition continues on Thursday at 8 PM GMT Greenwich Mean Time. Sunday will be the Resident Evil stream again. That's going to, Sunday is currently scheduled as a casual stream where I do whatever the hell I want, and what I want to do right now is Resident Evil. You mean live on stream? Fair enough. Yeah, so Resident Evil, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time Sunday. Deadly Premonition continues 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time Thursday. In the meantime, you want to get more of my stuff, check out the YouTube channel, Mecha Chrono. That's Mecha-Chrono. We are currently working on... We've got a couple of new Let's Plays going up this week. Resident Evil 2 finished for Halloween today, while Ocarina of Time started yesterday, and on Thursday we're starting a new game. Around 2013. I can't imagine watching... Was it a silent Let's Play? Was it a non-commentary thing? Or was it somebody talking while playing it? Because when I watch Let's Plays, I'm watching Let's Plays mostly for the personalities rather than the game itself. I don't find a lot of interest in watching somebody play a game quietly. There are exceptions depending on the game. It was a silent one, yeah, fair enough. When I watch Let's Plays, I'm there for the personalities of the people playing. But, you know, everybody has their own tastes. But yeah, the YouTube channel, Mecha-Chrono. Currently we are doing Ocarina of Time that started yesterday. That's going to be a long one. It's shaping up, actually. In editing, that's probably going to be the longest Let's Play we've done so far. Resident Evil 4 was 21 parts. That's currently our longest. Ocarina is probably going to go longer than that. Resident Evil 2 finished today. We have a new game starting on Thursday. Hopefully everybody will enjoy that. That'll be taking the Tuesday-Thursday slot for a while. Shouldn't be too long, but I haven't finished recording it yet. So we'll see. But in the meantime, yeah, once again, thank you all for watching. One more time, special thanks to Bane and Klim for keeping me company in the chat. I always appreciate that. Back on Thursday with Deadly Premonition. Same bat time, same chrono channel. Back on Sunday with Resident Evil something. Gonna be a classic Resident Evil. I'm debating doing Deadly Silence. So we've done 3 twice now. We've done like 2 full run-throughs of it the last 2 weeks. But we'll see. I do want to continue on the journey to getting all the epilogue files. So that'd be nice. Yeah, I'm glad you saw what I did there, Bane. But we'll see. Maybe Deadly Silence. Maybe the original Code Veronica. God knows I want to go through that at least once in my life. Might as well have somebody there watching it. Rather than just doing it on my own in the dark. Yeah. But yeah, once again, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and hopefully I'll catch you all next time. Take care. 9 playthroughs. No, we looked at it, it was 8. It's 8 epilogues. So we took a look at it. There's 9 options on the menu, but the 9th one is exit. So it's 8 playthroughs. It's Jill, Chris, Leon, Claire, Sherry, Ada, Hunk. Leon, Claire, Chris, Jill, Sherry, Ada, Hunk. Who's the last one? I forgot this last time. Barry, yeah, thank you. Barry. So it's 8 playthroughs, really. But yeah, some more practice for that is always appreciated. So I've done RE2 well enough that, like, if you watched the Resident Evil 2 playthrough that went up today, it was a really good time, even with dawdling and a bit of mistakes. Both scenarios under 2 hours. Can't really complain at that. A ranks for both. Resident Evil 3 I'd like to get down to under 2 hours, but, you know, who knows. The game itself is longer than a single scenario of RE2, but it's going to take a lot. It's going to take some better routing, and I'm going to have to be willing to drop the Eagle if I want to hit under 2 hours. But that's for the future. We're going over long now. Thanks for sticking with me for the entire stream, Bane. I apologise for going late. You know what it was? It was that boss. It was that boss and then all the cutscenes that followed before we got a save point. Like, what is this, Metal Gear Solid? Yeah. Makes me wish for the visual novels where you can just pause conversations and save whenever. Yeah, once again, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and hopefully I'll catch you next time on Thursday. Take care.